Let's talk a little bit about how the Gov't Mule gig happened. How did that happen?
I guess 3 years ago, their last bass player, Jorgen, got COVID, and I get a phone call from Dave Schools, who's the bass player from Widespread Panic, and he said, "Hey, I gave Warren your information. Um, they're in need of someone like in 2 days." And me and Warren have crossed paths a few times over the years. We were on stage together for Hampton 70th, where Hampton Colonel passed, and I was one of the MDs on that. And yeah, so over the years, me and Warren have shared the stage. But then when Jorgen got COVID, they needed somebody immediately, and I got offered, and I filled in for a 3-day run. Learned, can you learn 40 songs in 2 days? I was on the road with their band. I was like, yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday or Monday or whatever.
So what is it like when you get that call and you're like, oh shit, I have to learn 40 songs in 2 days? Are you freaking out internally or are you like, I got this?
No, I've been playing since I was 10 years old, and I've been playing out since I was 12. And I think there's a level of like, self doubt when you get a call for anything. But yeah, when he said the amount of songs there were, it just, you have to say yes and deal with it. That's just kind of the name of the business anyway. You know, because so when I saw my schedule, I was like, okay, I'm playing with this dude. I was in Colorado playing with this guy I was out on the road with at the time, and I was like, okay, so I have a full day tomorrow in the hotel to start it, and then I have a fly day. So I have like 2 days technically to really,
20 songs a day.
yeah.
Start doing the math.
And I refuse to do charts for that because it's a rock gig. So because also too the expectations. Okay, I'm going into the situation where it's very specific style of bass playing and music, and there's a lot of beautiful looseness involved with improvised rock music. You know, so I went in knowing that it wasn't gonna be perfect. But as long as I put my time in, and I was a Mule fan already, so a lot of the tunes I knew from listening to. Now I never learned them, but I was very aware of the material. Now the newer stuff I really wasn't as aware of. You know. So yeah, I mean I showed up, and once I got to the hotel in Asheville, I was a little nervous because like, okay, I've done this before with artists where they'll stack tunes on me last minute, but this is another kind of a deal.
Yeah, it's the big leagues.
Yeah.
So what was that first rehearsal like? Were you nervous walking in the room or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I only knew Warren, and it's a whole production. There's the crew, and I was like, okay, so I'm playing through Jorgen's rig, which he had these two big kind of almost like Marshall clone amps, if I remember correctly. So they weren't even bass amps, and all I had was my P bass, which so I had to play some of Jorgen's basses, like the Thunderbirds and stuff like that. So yeah, when I walked in, I was like, okay, well, we're about to start, but this was the brilliant thing with Warren is the first thing we played was Warren's like, let's just jam, and that got that then all that ass sniffing was over,
Totally.
and I think that's what a lot of people kind of don't. I think musicians get in their own head, especially as leaders, and the whole idea is to make everybody comfortable. So then if something goes wrong, you can tell them instead of setting them up for no success. Where it's like, okay, we're playing the hardest song on the list. You know that one? You're like, and the vibe's already done. Or Warren was like, because he's a beyond a pro. He's like, what? Let's just jam in G or something. Okay. Oh shit, this has good chemistry. Now let's go into it.